I just experienced that when I give myself permission to let go each day and, like a kid, just receive something that I want, receive something that lights me up. Sometimes it keeps coming in, and I really refer to that as a calling. Then that's a dream that we can take and really know it's a calling and move on it. But a dream is really for right now, right? I received earlier this week a dream of $1 billion. And it's just not present for me to go out and make sure I have $1 billion in the bank. But there was an experience. If I open to, in this moment, right, really open to those thoughts, those feelings, that energy, and imagine, but also feel, like, how would I feel if I had $1 billion in the bank? And it might be powerful for you to just go to that place right now and be aware that we can have that experience independent of those $1 billion in the bank. And as we start to be aware of the different dreams that come in, there is going to be a heart, a frequency, a feeling, an experience that is the reason why we're receiving that dream. Right? And this is really important. The ego doesn't like to wrap its head around this, but this is really important. How fully can we receive this dream and know that it's not about the $1 billion in the bank, but there is an experience. And for me, when I go there and I really just imagine $1 billion in the bank, I feel it so fully in my entire body, right? There is a relaxing, there is almost like a trust that I'm going to be okay, right? For me, the dream frequency of that $1 billion is just completely relaxing, trusting, knowing that everything's going to be okay. Beyond that, everything's going to be really great. And so if I were to take that dream frequency of, for me, what really comes up a lot, which is relaxing, trusting, letting go, stop breathing in, holding tight, but really relaxing and living my place from that power. That's why I received that dream, right? It's not so that I can go out, change careers, and figure out how to get $1 billion. And the wonderful thing about this is that if someone else received a dream, that dream of $1 billion, their dream frequency could be very different. It could be more on the lines of courage or of freedom, of joy. So I think I'm really so passionate about dreams because I spent so long really believing that it wasn't the best thing. It definitely wasn't a spiritual thing to dream. I got myself into a bunch of trouble or let's say some heartache, some suffering, definitely a bit of a breakdown through dreaming the old way, the traditional goal setting, outside in, right? If I get my dream, then I'm going to be happy. And I was brought up, like many of us, thinking that making a lot of money and having a successful career is going to make me happy. And so I really, that kind of was my God. That is what I placed my attention on. And at 25, I chased this fancy corporate career. I got it. And in my final month, I was 25. I made $50,000 in the last month as a headhunter. And what came with that attachment and with thinking that my love, my recognition, my happiness was in this thing that was outside of myself. This amount of money, this career recognition. When I got that amount of money and I got the recognition that I finally wanted, there wasn't any happiness in that. There wasn't any fulfillment in that. There was only emptiness because I had aligned myself to really live this life outside in. And in my experience, 10 times out of 10, when we do that, we're going to come face to face with the emptiness of not living for the spiritual fulfillment or just that loving fulfillment of really living connected to ourselves, connected to the people in our lives, and really living for a much deeper sense.